the inaugural installment in a brand new young adult film series. This picture was released stateside on September 19th, 2014, where it earned $340 million, 10 times its modest budget. Based on James Dashner's novel of the same name, this science fiction dystopian action thriller was directed by Wes Ball. It's the same old song and dance we've seen a half dozen times before, blending elements of The Cube with Divergent and or The Hunger Games into a lesser and more familiar effort. In an unspecified time, I'm guessing the distant future, a group of teenage boys struggle to survive inside a small forest community that's completely surrounded by a gigantic maze. Each member of this Lord of the Flies type group is given a responsibility, with the strongest and fastest of the lot assigned to run the maze itself, mapping it for clues, information, or a possible exit. This concept is intriguing enough, but it's handled with such mediocrity and lack of sincerity, it's hard to take seriously, let alone fear. The cast of hunky adolescents are led by Dylan O'Brien, who besides looking 10 years older than his 16-year-old character, does a generally poor job of convincing anyone he's leading man material. His co-stars are nothing but a bunch of overly macho, Henley-wearing idiots trying to figure out why they don't remember life before they became the proverbial rat chasing the cheese. As the resident bully, Will Poulter is particularly irritating, constantly obfuscating progress with his boneheaded stubbornness and weird-looking eyebrows. I just wanted to reach into the screen and punch him in his stupid pug nose. Introduced halfway through, Scodelario, a poor man's Kirsten Stewart, offers nothing to the story, not even a trite romance plot. Annoyingly, everything in the young adult novel adaptation has to have some dumb proper-noun name. The Grievers, the Changing, the Box, the Creators, the How about just stop already? Despite its exposition-heavy first act and attractive meatbags who can barely act, the PG-13 rated picture does deliver some unique thrills and serious action towards the end. A sequence where O'Brien and his requisite minority friend are quickly navigating a series of closing gates is quite exciting, and shot particularly well. But it's frustrating that despite the size and scope of this gigantic maze, no one ever actually gets lost in it. In fact, they seem to find their way around rather effortlessly. Moreover, it never poses any real threat to the characters. It's just a bunch of cold-looking concrete covered in moss with the occasional obstacle course. It feels less like a maze and more like a physical challenge from Double Dare.
On your mark, get set, go!
It's too bad Marc Summer wasn't around to narrate for us. Indeed, one individual warns our hero that no one survives a night in the maze. But guess what happens the next time someone gets stuck in the maze? They survive.
This isn't gonna work. We gotta go. We gotta go. Wait, what are you talking about? We gotta do something. We gotta hide him. Where? I don't know. Well, just think. You tell me that there's not a single place we can take him? Listen to me, Shuckface, all right? Take a look around. There's nowhere to go. You don't get it. We're already dead.
And while it sets up a pointless sequel, the picture does at least provide a solid resolution to the bizarre questions you find yourself asking during its 113-minute runtime. The somewhat believable narrative chugs along with some forgettable music and ideas, but redeems itself with a sharp and distinctive visual style. Fans of dime a dozen dystopian dramas will feel right at home with The Maze Runner, which is an entertaining waste of a compelling concept with some annoying characters. I thought it was just alright.